Hello and welcome to Daily News Analysis by Abhit Shiksha. Today is 3rd of February 2023. Here is our list of news today. Since we didn't have enough news for today, we have collected some from yesterday as well. So the list goes this way. First one is World Wetlands Day. Second is Union Budget Report 2023 to 2024. Tabla Prodigy from Assam awarded. And finally, we have first meeting of G20. World Wetlands Day. It is celebrated annually on February 2nd. The aim is to create awareness of the vital role that wetlands play for people and the planet. The proposal for the Convention on Wetlands was first made on February 2, 1971 in the Iranian city of Ramsar. On August 30, 2021, the United Nations General Assembly approved Resolution 75 by 317 for World Wetlands Day to be celebrated on 2nd February. Hence, this is the reason why annually we are celebrating World Wetlands Day on 2nd of February ever since 2021. The theme for this year is It's Time for Wetlands Restoration. Now let's have a simple definition of wetlands. These are parts of the earth where soil is covered with water. They support both terrestrial and aquatic species. Moving on to our next news. Let's first cover up the news about Tabla Prodigy and G20, then we will come up with the Union Budget Report. So the news says here, Tabla Prodigy of State receives Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar. The awardee name is Shreya Bhattacharjee. She holds the record for playing the tabla for the longest duration in the India Book of Records. So that was the specialty about Shreya Bhattacharjee. Now moving on to our G20 news. The first meeting of G20 SFWG started from 2nd February, which was yesterday. It is to be held on Thursday and Friday, means yesterday and today, where more than 100 delegates, including representatives of G20 nations, guest countries and international organizations, will participate in the meeting of the SWG. SFWG. This stands for Sustainable Finance Working Group. So now we move to our Union Budget 2023-2024. Okay, the first one. Zero tax for annual income up to Rs 7 lakh under new scheme. Here, no changes is to be made with the old tax regime, and if opted for new tax regime, Rs 33,800 can be saved, and there is cut surcharge of 37% to 25% for income above Rs 2 crore. Alright, now the next one. PMAY share rises by 66% with more focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. PMAY stands for Prime Minister Awas Yojana. It is increased by 66%. This will help provide affordable housing to all citizens. Along with this, an Urban Infrastructure Development Fund was announced to create urban infrastructure in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. So moving on to our next news. Mobile phones, TVs to get cheaper. Toys, bicycles, automobiles dearer. Here the basic customs duty of electronic gadgets have been reduced from 21 to 13, and for toys and bicycles got an increased rate of 35% and 70% respectively. Our next news is exemptions on high value life insurance proceeds pruned. Income from life insurance policies with an aggregate premium up to Rs 5 lakh will be exempted from taxation according to this news. Then the next one is about Silver to get costlier as government raises basic customs duty to 10%, so as to align with gold and platinum, which were increased earlier this fiscal. Now our next news. Budget euphoria fizzles out in capital markets as Adani stocks slump. This is due to the sell-off in Adani Group stocks as Credit Suisse stopped accepting Adani Group bonds as collateral for margin loans to provide banking clients. Now our next news is budget proposes amendments to charge up GIFT IFSC. GIFT IFSC stands for Gujarat International Finance Tech City International Financial Services Center. This is to uplift business activities over GIFT IFSC. Now our next news. The next one is about tourism. Tourism to go into mission mode. Around 50 tourist destinations, app for tourists and retail outlets to be developed under the same budget allocation as of the previous year. So now our next news is about cooperative manufacturing units get SOPs. A benefit of a lower tax rate of about 15% for new cooperatives, and the government will also be setting up large number of cooperative societies in uncovered panchayats and villages. Now our next news. Sorry, it is in the previous page. Social Security cuts org trade unions, where we see allocations to Employees Pension Scheme 1995 have risen and allocations to Ministry of Labour dropped from the last budget estimates. Now the next one is allocation of rupees 7,000 crore for phase 3 of e-court will improve justice delivery system. Implies to have digital and paperless courts that would speed up cases disposal. Moving on to the next one. Defense budget rises 13% financial year 2023. RE for pension rises. The defense budget will help weapon system and platform sustenance, emergency procurement of critical ammunition and spares. So that was about the defense budget. Now we will know about the Department of Space. Department of Space gets 8% less than previous year at rupees 12,500 crore. Now the next one. Finance Minister moves National Digital Library to promote reading in children and adolescents so as to make up for pandemic time learning losses. Now the next news is about MGNREGS. This is a rural job scheme. So MGNREGS fund cut by 33% to rupees 60,000 crore, but the activists expected double of the mentioned fund. Now the next one. Funds for minorities schemes slashed by 38% from last year. This will affect scholarship and skill development schemes for minority students. Then we have 19.6% hike in sum to Ministry of Ayush. Allocation to Ayurveda Institute doubles. This will promote education and research in Indian system of medicine. Then the next one is Center pitches for 100% switch to mechanized sewer cleaning. This is for transition of manhole to machine hole mode and also to enhance scientific management of dry and wet waste. Now the next news is major trust planned for green energy. As per this news, funds have been allotted to Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas for priority capital investment. Then funds for National Green Hydrogen Mission have also been allocated. Funds for Ministry of New and Renewable Energy received a 45% increase this year as compared to the previous year. Now moving on to our next one. We have Science and Technology Ministry allocation up by 15% at rupees 16,361 crore. Then for the railways, the budget gets outlay of rupees 2.4 lakh crore. This is to revamp production of Vande Bharat trains. Then our next news is about government to set up 100 5G labs to develop new apps. This will bring opportunities, business models and employment potential. The next news is about revival of airports. Around 50 additional airports, heliports to be revived for improving regional air connectivity. Next, we have vehicle scrapping policy revived up to drive green economy. This will be done by allocating funds to replace vehicles over 15 years. That are over 15 years. Now the next news is about Jal Jeevan Mission, higher fund flow for Jal Jeevan. This will focus on providing piped water to every rural household. And funds have also been allocated for Swachh Bharat mission to sustain open defecation free status in villages. The next news. Women get a one-time small savings scheme. This is to commemorate celebration of 75 years of independence. Under this, Mahila Samman saving certificate will be available for a 2-year period. And this certificate will have a fixed interest rate of about 7.5% with maximum deposit limit being rupees 2 lakh. Then in the next news, we have more for health, less for research projects. Here, more funds have been allocated for Ministry of Health, and it is seen that there is a decrease in funds for health research due to lower utilization of funds. Now our next news will be around 38,800 teachers and 740 support staff to be recruited for Ekalavya Model Residential Schools. This is for all the tribal students across the country. Now our final news of the budget report will be about the development of tribes. Around 15,000 crore to be spent for development of tribes. This will improve their socio-economic conditions. So here we come to the end of our daily news analysis here. The PDFs will be provided to you at our Telegram channel. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more daily news capsules. Thank you so much.